Hello, happy Monday. Going live everywhere. Give me 1 second. Say hi if you're watching me live. Hello. Super excited today to be talking to you about the new rules of dressing your age in 2025. So this kicks off Decades Week. I did Decades Week last year and it was really popular. So I thought I would bring it back this year with a couple of updates. So basically every day this week, today we're talking about dressing your age in general. And then every day this week, I'm going to focus on a different decade. So 50s tomorrow on my YouTube channel, the 60s on Wednesday, the 70s on Thursday, and then 80s and beyond on Friday. So really, these rules are all, hello everyone, these rules are all going to apply to all of us. And I kind of broke it down by decade to make it more fun. And because there are certain things that I think we might want to emphasize a little bit more in one decade over another. But we're all in the same boat in terms of these guidelines and these suggestions and these tips. They're not rules, they're tips, and they're strategies for making the most of your style no matter what decade you're in. So okay, so I am excited to be talking about the new rules of dressing your age in 2025. And really what I think we all need to do is to make a mental shift. And rather than focusing on dressing our age, I think that the emphasis really needs to be on dressing our mood, dressing our energy, dressing for our personal style, and leaning into how we want to be perceived and what the clothes that lift us up the most in the second half of our lives, right? So, people from all over the world, this is awesome. So this is what the focus needs to be. It should not be, I'm 50, I can't wear shorts. I'm 60, I can't wear anything strapless. I'm 70, I can't show my knees. Like, I think that that's really outdated. I think it's really based on the individual, your preferences, your comfort level, your flattery, like what makes you look and feel your best. So I'm going to get into it. You know that I really feel like if we're going to adopt a mantra about style over 50 in 2025, it should not be, the focus should not be, let me dress my age. What do I need to be wearing now that I'm 60? What do I need to be wearing now that I'm 70? It should be to dress bolder, not older. And so I think what happens, and the shift that we can all make, is really asking ourselves, how do I want to dress in 2025? How do I want to dress at this age and at this stage in my life? And how can I dress more and more like myself? Because we've got an advantage. So this is tip number one, bolder, not older. We have an advantage at 50, 60, 70, 80 that we did not have at 20, 30, 40. We know ourselves better and better and better as we progress. And so it really needs to be, what do I want to wear now? How do I want to look now? And what is the impact that I want to have with my clothes right now? Like looking at the setting that you're going to, or the mood that you want to set, or the vision that you have for your style, way more important than following a specific set of rules about what you can and can't wear by certain decades. So I think that the phrase age appropriate really means that we're supposed to be blending in a little bit more as we get older. And I think that that's fine if you have blending in type of style. And if you don't have blending in type of style, that's going to feel like off to you. And so you want to ask yourself, do you want that kind of subtle style, or do you want more statement style? And what does that look like for you? And how can you get that in your everyday outfits? How can you lean into what feels authentic to your style? So it's not everybody that's going to want to make a statement and be like, pow, every time they walk into a room. But if that's your style, then do more of that as you get older. If your style is more old money, quiet luxury, more subtle, you want to do more of that as you get older. So it's really giving yourself permission to dress the way that you've always wanted to dress. We can do it all now. So it's dressing to express your mood, dressing to express your energy, dress your energy, not your age, dress your mood, not your age, dress for impact, not for age appropriateness. So it's really like, what have you always wanted to try, but maybe because of workplace, maybe because of lack of confidence, maybe because of the setting that you found yourself in, you weren't able to try before. Maybe you were in a corporate setting and now you have a chance to dress in a more creative way. Maybe you were in in a setting where you had to dress really casually all the time or had to dress in a way that's really practical. Maybe now you can dress in a way that feels more like yourself. Maybe your lifestyle hasn't changed, but your personal style has changed. And how can you infuse more of your personal style into your everyday outfits and still have it work for your lifestyle? So talk about what and think about what bolder, not older, looks like for your style. Like, what does that look like for you? If you could wear something that you've always been afraid to wear, but always wanted to wear, something that speaks to your heart and speaks to your personal style, and you just have never taken that plunge and done that. Maybe you've always wanted a faux fur coat. Maybe you've always wanted to try leopard. Maybe you've always wanted to wear a lot more color. Um, Decide now, pick something now that you're going to try that you've hesitated to try in the past. And let me know in the comments what bolder, not older looks like for you. Okay, the next tip is to add more eclectic pieces to your wardrobe. So I'm thinking vintage pieces. I'm thinking custom pieces. I'm thinking, eclectic pieces. I'm thinking personality pieces. I'm thinking statement pieces. How can you add more of those types of pieces to your wardrobe? How can you bring in more unique pieces, the types of pieces that really are going to speak to your personal style that you're going to collect for the remainder of your life? How are you going to bring more of those pieces into your wardrobe? um, I really think what could be such a fun and positive and uplifting way of approaching our style in the second half of our lives, rather than always being focused on, oh, how can I look younger? How can I look slimmer? How can I look better? Maybe the new focus should be, how can I find pieces that really feel like me? And how can I make this a fun project, a positive spin on style in this stage of life, and go on a quest to find pieces that really light you up. Like, maybe your goal is going to be to find statement vintage coats and bring them into your everyday outfits in the winter. Maybe it's going to be like, I'm going to now be a collector of vintage handbags. I'm going to find the coolest vintage eclectic jewelry that I can find. I'm going to look for personality pieces from some of my favorite personality brands and just invest in a couple of those every year. How can you bring more personality, statement, eclectic, vintage, cool, custom pieces into your wardrobe? Once you've got that foundation of staple pieces, of essential pieces, these are the pieces that are in my brand new updated modern classics wardrobe guide for spring. I have the spring pieces that I think that we all need to kind of have as a foundation for our wardrobe. But then what are you going to add on top of that that's going to feel really, really like you? Like, for example, for spring, I'm expanding my straw bag collection. You know how obsessed I am with vintage straw bags, and I'm going to be finding more vintage straw bags to bring into my spring wardrobe, and that's going to be a way that I'm leaning into my personal style in spring. So how can you, what are those pieces that you're going to start collecting now that you're 50, 60, 80, 90, whatever that age is? What are those pieces that you're going to start collecting and that you're going to bring into your wardrobe that are going to help you express your personal style? And again, go back to dressing bolder, not older, right? Okay, because the cookie cutter approach is not going to get us the results that we want in our personal style. Like looking like everybody else, wearing the same exact outfits as everybody else, that's not going to bring it. But if you start with those simple outfits and you add vintage, eclectic, custom, statement, cool, unique, personality driven pieces, you're going to have fabulous style that's really going to boost your confidence and your mood every single day. So looking for one of a kind items, supporting local artists for handmade or custom pieces, going on Etsy, and then infusing these pieces into your regular everyday wardrobe is going to be a great way to lean into your personal style in this stage of life. Okay. Tip number 3, lean into signature style. Now, alluding to that a little bit, but the one thing that I think we should all be doing is dressing for ourselves in 2025. And so what does dressing for yourself means? It means deciding how you want to look and wearing that regardless of where you're at and what you're doing. This is the thing. I think that it's really important. And if you only take away one thing from this, it's really important to not dress for the comfort of the people around you. Your job is not to make other people feel better about their lack of attention to their own wardrobes. Your job is not to make the people around you feel better about the fact that they did not show up for themselves that day, that they dressed casually, too casually, or in a sloppy way, or in a way that doesn't make them feel good. That's not your job. Your job is to dress for yourself and dress in a way that's going to make your day better. It's not about apologizing to the people around us because we overdressed or because we feel extra cute in what we're wearing that day. So stop dressing to make the people around you feel more comfortable. Dress for yourself, and people are going to respond to your energy. They're going to respond to your positivity. They're going to respond to your confidence. And eventually the right people are going to stick around, and they're just going to be happy that you're happy. And that really should be our goal. So really asking yourself, what is my signature style? What do I want my signature style to look like in this phase of life? And committing to dressing like that. Committing to dressing like that and dressing for yourself every single day, and really paying attention to how dressing for yourself changes your day, changes your mood, changes your energy, changes your positivity, changes your productivity. So your signature style, the thing about stylish women that you see is they know who they are and they reflect it in their style. They dress for it. Your signature style might be minimal. It might be edgy. It might be artistic. It might be bold. It might be feminine. Like, did I say feminine already? Like, whatever that is for you, that you need to start dressing that way every single day. Every single day. So I want you to take stock of the pieces in your past and in your current wardrobe that you love, love, love the most. That when you put them on, you're like, yes, 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 this is me, this is me, this is me. What are those pieces that you love the most? I want you to describe what those pieces, assign adjectives to those pieces, and then start infusing those adjectives into other pieces in your wardrobe. And then really be deliberate in seeking out more of those pieces in your style. So the other way I want you to look at it is I want you to pick a style direction, and I want you to go all in on that style direction. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to pick a lane for your style. Now, the first way to look at this is, are you a maximalist or are you a minimalist? Let's pick a lane and go all in on that lane. Women who have great style are very focused and are very directional in their style. They're not wishy-washy. There's no middle ground. So like really think, am I kind of a minimalist or am I a maximalist? Another way to approach it is, am I creative or am I classic? I did a whole video on creative style versus eclectic style, and where you fall on the spectrum between minimalism and maximalism, creative and eclectic, or classic. So you want to ask yourself, is my style really more creative, eclectic, whimsical? Is it more mixing or is it more matching? And pick a lane and really commit to that lane and say, something, my style is really classic, a little bit of a touch of minimal, and I really like to match. You're going to do that. And you're not going to look over there at the woman with artsy, creative, eclectic boho style and second guess your style choices, because you're going to stay true to you. If you've decided your style is a little bit edgy, a little cool, a little quirky, if you prefer to mix rather than match, you're going to stay in that lane and you're going to do that and lean into that and do that more and better than anyone else, because no one can replicate your style because it's your style. But if you lean into it and just go all in on your style, you're going to find that your style really takes shape and really can transform how you feel every day. So, okay. So the next tip is lead with style, not with comfort and not with practicality. Hear me out. I'm not saying comfort and practicality are not important or even essential. They absolutely are. But what happens when we lead with comfort? When we lead with comfort, we wear sweatpants every day. When we lead with comfort, we wear our baggiest, our saggiest, where we wear whatever we can, curl up on the couch in, and we don't focus on how our clothes make us feel and the energy that they give us or take away from us. So I love this. I match, but I'm afraid it's boring. Is classic with unexpected moments of maximalism too wishy-washy? No, not as long as you have a strong vision for your style. Classic is not boring, and matching is not boring as long as you're going all in and doing that in the best version of that for yourself. So great question. So going back to comfort and practicality, those are essentials, but those are not signature style. Those are not style personalities. I did a whole video on comfortable is not a style. Comfortable is not a style. It isn't. And neither is practical. Practical is not a style. Weeding the lawn clothes, that's not a style. Doing dishes clothes, that's not a style. Chasing after grandkids clothes, not a style. Instead, pick a style and find a way to express that style in a comfortable and practical way. But you want to lead with pieces that make you look and feel beautiful. The next level of this is to be wearing those clothes regardless of what our day brings. So again, with obviously, exceptions for really messy tasks. Why can't you wear your silk blouse every day? Why can't you wear your cashmere every day? Why can't you wear your most beautiful blazer every day? Like, again, what are you wearing? What are you doing that day that's going to really ruin those pieces? I'm going to go back to saying I would rather have you ruin clothes because you wore them than give them away without wearing them later, because you were waiting for that occasion, you were waiting for that event. Life is a special event. Dress for it anyway. Wear your cute clothes every day. Wear the heck out of your cute clothes. Like, you want to wear them out. You want to wear them out so that they're, you put them into the recycle bin and they're threadbare and no one can wear them again because you wore them so much. That is truly winning. Okay, so looking for elevated fabrics, flattering silhouettes, and shoes that combine style and wearability, like that's what we should be looking for. One of the things I always encourage you to do is, if like me, you don't feel your cutest in fleece, in sweats, in that kind of material, consider trading your fleece for sweater knits. This is the reason I've been leaning into cashmere lounge sets. They don't have to be cashmere, they can be any sweater knit material, but I've been leaning into cashmere loungewear as opposed to sweatsuits and fleece loungewear the last couple of years. I feel so much cuter in those sets than I do in sweatshirts and sweat sets that I wore before that always made me feel slumpy dumpy. So switching out the fabrics is one way. Another way is to, instead of like wearing your sloppiest cute shoes all the time, try chic loafers or stylish sneakers or elevated ballet flats. Just as comfortable, just as practical, just as versatile, but way more stylish. So there are so many ways to combine style and comfort and practicality, but you're going to lead with style. If we all lead with comfort, the rest of our lives, we're going to be wearing sweats. The rest of the population of the world is headed in that direction, where people are not even bothering to change out of their PJs. And it is really bad for society, for productivity, for positivity, for mental health, for self-expression, for the arts, for not just the fashion industry, but the artisans and the creators and the creatives and the people who are creating beautiful things. Beautiful things are meant to be worn, not meant to be looked at. They're meant to be used, not meant to be looked at when they're in our wardrobe. You can actually shorten sweater knit pants if you are petite, and they're petite brands. So let's lean into that. I love these ideas. Now, how do you keep these, if you've got classic matching style, just to answer this question, how do you keep that from being boring? You find the best versions of those classic pieces. You make sure that they fit you beautifully, and you are very intentional about it. So if you're leaning into, I'm a matcher, I'm more classic, my style is more subtle, the less that you're wearing, the more every single individual piece needs to count. So really focus on fit, focus on flattery, focus on color, focus on getting those details right, and your simpler outfits are going to sing and are going to be beautiful and are going to be anything but boring. Okay, there are sweater dresses, even if you have a bum. You just are going to be looking for a different type of sweater dress. You're going to be looking maybe for a chunkier knit, something that's a little bit less clingy. Try them on. You really love the bolder, not older approach. You're 68 years young and a classic dresser. Oh, I love that. Love that, Donna. So great comments. Thank you guys. Okay, the last tip is to spend on accessories and save on clothes. Spend on accessories and save on clothes. Truly, nobody cares if your t-shirt is $5 or $500. I actually saw a $500 t-shirt. That's how that came up. Nobody cares if you're like H&M has organic cotton t-shirts for $5. All that matters is that it fits you. All that matters is that it fits you. So spend on accessories, save on clothes, especially essential pieces of clothing. This doesn't mean that you can't spend money on essentials if you want to. But what I am saying is that essentials frequently need to be replaced because you wear them a lot. That's what makes them essential. And so spending a ton of money on essentials may not be the best strategy for you. I would rather you invest in a fabulous bag and a fabulous pair of shoes, fabulous jewelry. Those are the pieces that you're going to wear over the years, and the cost per use is really, really going to be down. So spend on accessories, save on clothes. Accessories elevate even the simplest outfits. If you're saying, well, my style is classic, my style is matching, not mixing, my style is simpler and subtle, it's not eclectic and creative, then you really want to be leaning into making sure you buy the best shoes that you can possibly afford. And if you don't know how much you can afford when it comes to shoes, ask yourself how much the last 2 or 3 pairs of shoes were that you bought, and wait until you can buy 3 pairs of shoes to 5 pairs of shoes and just buy one. So for example, if the last 3 pairs of shoes that you bought were around $50 each, every time you've saved up $50 for a pair of shoes, you're going to wait and you're going to spend anywhere from $150 to $250 on a pair of shoes. You're not going to buy those 3 to 5 pairs. You're going to buy 1 pair and you're going to make it amazing. So you really want to focus on investing in accessories, not in shoes. I recently read, investing in accessories, not in clothes. I recently heard that one of the things that really determines how people perceive us is, first of all, our grooming, and then second of all, what we're holding. So if you don't have a bag that makes you feel fabulous, that is an investment bag or a vintage bag or a personality bag or a statement bag or a bag that just really represents your personal style, you need to be leaning into accessories. You need your jewelry, you need your bags, you need your shoes to really, really speak to your personal style. I'm going to put coats and jackets in that category as a secondary tier of that category, because they are pieces that you can add after you're dressed that really will transform your outfit. So buy a designer handbag. If you've always had your eye on a designer handbag, buy it at Vestiaire Collective or The Real. Save up for it. When you buy it, truly, you will wear it for, like, I have had my nice bags for some of them for 20, 25 years. Like they are now paying me to carry those bags. Whatever that is for you, statement jewelry that works with multiple outfits, a beautiful, maybe you want an Hermes scarf. You've always wanted an Hermes scarf. Save up for that Hermes scarf. Save up for that beautiful watch. Save up for that beautiful pair of earrings. Whatever it is, you're going to wear it all the time. Okay. I'm going to add a bonus tip here because, I can't stop. It's to create a signature beauty look and to curate your beauty look. This is the thing people see about us the most, right? And I want you to pick a lane when it comes to your hair as well. Your hair needs to make a statement about your style. Doesn't need to make a bold statement, but it needs to make a statement. And this is the thing that I think we should all be avoiding over the age of 50. It's wishy-washy hair. And wishy-washy hair means hair that's ho-hum, hair that's like not picking a lane, hair that's a little bit boring, hair that is aging in the sense that it is very basic or blah and doesn't really represent our personal style. So I think we should really say, okay, I'm going in one direction or another with my hair. I think really like long and really, really short hairstyles can look really, really cool. Obviously, not everyone can do really long and really short, but ask yourself, what do I want my hair to say about my style? And how can I, within the boundaries of the hair that we were given, how can I make my hair really more representative of my style? This also involves picking a lane in terms of, are you committing to coloring your hair for the next however many years, insert that number of years here, or are you committing to going silver? Either is a commitment, either is a commitment, either it takes time, either of those choices takes time, either of those choices is going to take you leaning into that, but really deciding, okay, if I'm going in a direction with my hair where I've decided to stop coloring my hair and I've decided I'm going to embrace silver hair, you're going to want to transition your color palette so that it reflects that. If you're going all in on your natural hair color and you're committing to doing that for the foreseeable future, that's going to govern the color palette that you're choosing, and you're going to make decisions and make style choices based on that. So you also want to ask yourself, how can you dial in your makeup routine? I've said often, I've committed to just wearing red nails and red lips for the foreseeable future. It saves so much time making decisions. I have one lipstick that I wear all the time. I've shown it to you guys multiple times. I have a nail polish color that I wear all the time. That not only does that cut back on decision fatigue and clutter in my personal style, but it also gives me a signature look. So how can you lean into your signature look using beauty? Beauty is one of the easiest ways to get a signature look, because your hair and makeup are things that you can wear every single day. So really think about how you can lean into your signature style using beauty. Signature hairstyle, bold lip color, glasses. These are all ways that we can be leaning into our signature style. What are those elements that you can bring into your everyday outfits that will have you always looking and feeling like yourself? Okay, so that's it. I really wanted to encourage you and inspire you to pay attention and to really think about what you want to look like in this phase of life, and then just go for it and just do it and just wear it and just love it and just enjoy it and just to express it. Okay, I'm going to go to the questions really quickly now. After taking pictures of your outfits, you found you wear so much black. Yeah, so ask yourself, is black part of my signature style? Do I have edgy, minimalist, cool, urban signature style? Or do I have signature style that is really more, creative and colorful? Like, do you want to lean into doing more black? That can be an aspect of your signature style. Or if you feel like, oh, this is really a default, it's not a deliberate choice. This is what at the end of the day, this is what it's going to come down to. Is it deliberate or is it a default? Is it a deliberate or is it a default? Are you falling back on certain colors, certain shapes, certain silhouettes, and certain brands because they feel safe? Or are you choosing what you want to wear, what you love to wear, how you want to show up in your style? That, at the end of the day, is what we should be leaning into. So love you guys so much. I hope that this was helpful. I would encourage you to watch every video this week if you can. It's Decades Week tomorrow, the 50s. Wednesday, the 60s, Thursday, the 70s, and then Friday, the 80s and beyond. And yes, definitely hit that like if you don't mind. And I'm here to cheer you on and to help you find your signature style over 50. If you are looking to get additional support in your signature style, check out my Style Confidence Club, styleconfidenceclub.com. It's affordable, it's fun, it's a fabulous community. We'd love to have you join us. Love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Bye. See you tomorrow on YouTube.